This is Steve Ridgel, and I saw a headline that grabbed my attention. Student loans endanger pet shelters. Boy, I had no clue, so I read the article, and the point of the article was now that student loans are going to have to be repaid, the loans students borrowed, and they didn't make them pay them back for a while because of all the things going on, and now they are. And so apparently there are some students who got pets during this time and now can't afford to feed them. And so the pet shelters are worried about being overrun with now unwanted or unable to care for pets. Now, there's a number of things that strike you about that. One is, why would you buy a pet if you know that your obligations would keep you from being able to feed it? Number two, who would not that's killed at some point? Or three, is this some kind of thing that says if you have a pet, we'll forgive your student loans? Is this some kind of, I don't know. And if that's true, I would encourage everybody that has a student loan to run get a pet. So I don't know. But then it dawned on me that's very much what society is like. That's our culture. You want a pet? Get one. You can't pay for it? Dump it off on a shelter. Somebody else will pay for it, or we'll just kill it. You want to have sex? Have sex. Get pregnant, abort the baby. Hey, you fall in love with somebody besides your mate? Dump them, marry who you want, and on you go with them. Our culture is rife with, if you do what you want, and if there are consequences, dump them off on somebody else. You don't have to pay the consequences, which of course is a big lie. It is a big lie. Now you're thinking, I know, you're a Christian. You're fixing to say that the answer to all of this is Jesus. Well, sort of, but that's really not where I'm going with this. Oh yeah, you're going to tell us if everybody was a Christian, we wouldn't have these problems. No, because we Christians still struggle with things anyhow. But here is what I thought about. I did think how different the lifestyle we Christians want to embrace, the culture we want to live in, how different that is from the culture of the world. The culture of the world really does say, do what you want to do, don't worry about consequences, dump the consequences on somebody else. The lie, there won't be any consequences. You won't feel any pain if you abort your baby, if you dump your pet, if you leave your mate. All lies. All lies. And then I look at those of us that try to follow Jesus, and I see things like this, where Jesus says to us, you want to come after me? Deny yourself. Take up your cross daily and follow me. Wow, that's entirely different than everything our culture screams about. It is. Even our baptism as believers, when we decide by faith that we're going to follow Jesus, the language of baptism is baptized into his death, buried into his death, raised to a new life, which means different life. Passages like, and when you're born again, the passages like in Galatians about, I've been crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, but not me, but Christ lives in me. You see, the Christian life's all about Jesus. It's about learning to say no to ourselves. Are we Christians perfect? No. Do we surrender? But he didn't come die so the world would be a better place. He came and died so we could live with God forever. So I look at the standards of the world, and that may be how you want to live. And I look at the standards of Jesus, and I'm just struck that we believers really never will be at home in this world.